Welcome back to a course on calculus differentiation. In this lecture, we will start with a theorem. Here we take a function which is differentiable on an open interval AB. Right? First one. If f prime of x is non-negative for all x in the interval AB, then the function is monotonically increasing. The second one is if the derivative is 0 for all x in this interval, then this function has to be a constant function. And the third is if f prime of x is non-positive for all x in the interval AB, then f is monotonically decreasing. Okay, let us start the proof. Given the function is differentiable on the interval AB, which means in all the points of this interval the function is being differentiable. So that is what they mean. Okay, now we will take 2 points in AB with x1 smaller than x2. Okay, now we will make use of mean value theorem. By mean value theorem, what we get is f of x2 minus f of x1 is f prime of x times of x2 minus x1 for some x in the interval AB. So this is what we have, right? Now we will make use of the hypothesis, that is f prime of x is non-negative. Okay. Now by our assumption, x2 minus x1 is positive quantity, which tells us that f of x2 minus f of x1 has to be a non-negative quantity. This tells me that my f of x2 bigger than or equals f of x1. This may be written as f of x1 less than or equals f of x2. We started with x1 less than x2 and finally we proved f of x1 less than or equals f of x2. Thus, f is monotonically increasing. Right? The second part, here let me actually, this is general. Here is where we exactly begin our things. Okay, so this assumption with this we did, and let us take this statement to be equation 1, that is the mean value theorem. Right, here we'll have to assume f prime of x is 0, then by 1 what, f of x2 minus f of x1 is 0 whatsoever the value of x2 minus x1 is. This tells us that f of x2 equals f of x1. This is true for all values of x1 and x2. Okay, since the choice of x1 and x2 are arbitrary, we get f is constant. In the third part of this proof, let us assume f prime of x is non-positive. Then by 1, what are we going to get? F of x2 minus f of x1, and this quantity is non-positive and that quantity x2 minus x1 is positive, hence this is less than or equals 0. This gives me that f of x2 less than or equals f of x1. So we get the reverse inequality, hence f is monotonically decreasing. And this completes the proof. The next theorem that we are going to see is talking about the continuity of derivatives. Here, let us suppose f is a real valued differentiable function on the open interval AB, closed interval AB, and suppose f prime of A less than lambda less than f prime of B, then there exists a point x in the interval AB such that f prime of x is lambda. Okay, so this tells what? If you have f prime of A, without loss of generality, we take this is f prime of A and this is f prime of B. Okay, somewhere we have A and B, so this function is something like this. Okay, so here we have not plotted the function f, we have just plotted, I have just plotted the function f prime. If this is the case and if you find any value lambda in between these two things, you can always find out some x corresponding to this. That is, your f prime of x is going to be lambda. This is what the continuity means. In between f prime of A and f prime of B, you can choose any point to be lambda. For all those points, you can find some corresponding x such that these things are happening. This is what, here what? There is no break from f prime of A to f prime of B. This is what we are talking about the continuity. You may ask a question, a general question, a natural question, that what happens when f prime of B is smaller than f prime of A? Even in that case, this theorem is valid. Right? We are not going to prove for that case. I am telling you that is valid for the reverse case as well. Let us prove for this case. So from the given all these things are assumed, and let us consider a function g of t which is f of t minus lambda t. Okay, then g prime of t is what? F prime of t minus lambda, using the algebra of differentiable functions. Now let me evaluate g prime of a. This is f prime of a minus lambda. Now look at this. From this it is clear that f prime of a minus lambda is a negative quantity. So in the previous theorem, what have we seen? If this is the case, if it is less than or equal 0, then we get the function to be monotonically decreasing. Here, this is happening to me. Hence, my g is monotonically decreasing. And now, let me evaluate the derivative at b. This happens to be f prime of b minus lambda. This is a positive quantity. If it is a positive quantity, then what must happen? G is monotonically increasing. Okay, so this is what we are saying. We are getting G is monotonically decreasing, monotonically increasing. What is happening with G? This is a question that may arise in our mind. Let me answer that. So this is somewhere A, right? If you look from this point, this function seems to be monotonically decreasing. If you look at this point B, here the function seems to be monotonically increasing. It is decreasing in the sense, this is increasing in the sense, which means it will come somewhere here and it will go like this. Okay, so from this what can we conclude? From this what we conclude is that G attains a minimum value at some point x in the interval AB, right? Which means what? If it is attaining minimum at this point means G prime of x is 0. This means f prime of x minus lambda is 0. This gives you f prime of x is lambda, and this completes the proof. Thank you.